This is Joe. Just want to do a short video. Well, maybe not that short. Probably longer than my other videos about people pleasing. And people pleasing is basically one of my in a drugstore drugs of choice. I've been a people pleaser for most of my life. Yeah. So I just wanted to share some aspects of that from my perspective and yeah, how damaging it was to me as a person, to my relationships, and etc. So, what is it? Uh, People pleasing is putting the needs of other people ahead of my own. The four F's: freeze, flight, fawn, and fight. It falls under the fawn response. Let me uh, let me sacrifice this fake person so that you can not hurt me, not hurt the real, not hurt the real, my real self, my inner child, or anything else. It's an abandonment of our needs and wants because we're basically worried about other people all the time. It kind of ties back to like I am not enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not pretty enough. Not handsome enough. Not whatever. Just not enough. I need to try really hard for you to like me and for you to be my friend or have a relationship with me or employ me or help me keep my job, etc. It's otherwise a fear of being alone, and often people pleasers make other people uncomfortable because you're kind of like imposing too much on them, and there's no chance of reciprocating anything, and it just becomes really awkward. And yeah, the only people that like people pleasers are the people who exploit them. There's a couple areas that I want to talk about, like people pleasing at work. Like, oh, if I don't do a good enough job or do everything perfectly or stay late or work weekends or, do whatever is thrown at me at whatever time, then I'm going to lose my job. Or in my particular case, it was about helping other people because doing tech support was kind of like bouncing around to different people throughout the day, fixing their computer issues, and then moving on to the next person at the expense of my own projects and my own tasks and what my boss wanted me to deliver. So that kind of put me in quite a bad spot a few times where I was just like coming up short. And then my only excuse was, oh, I was helping so and so or helping these other people with this or that. It's like, nobody really helps you though. that's the that's the problem with people pleasing. When you need something from someone else, then suddenly, oh, I'm too busy. And then it's kind of like, yeah, what about the other 50 times I did something for you? I think as people pleasers, we're afraid to rock the boat. Basically say, no, I can't work this weekend. Oh, no, I can't stay late. Or no, I need to take care of this first. Like our boundaries are basically like non-existent. And when people aren't you aren't used to seeing a boundary, they're suddenly like you become defensive or you become an a-hole or whatever else, and just kind of like, yeah, I gotta take care of my own stuff. Sorry. And I think sometimes people pleasers take on more and more responsibility, more and more tasks, until they eventually lead to burnout or getting sick or just getting so dissatisfied with the job that just find another one, only to repeat the process. Um, People pleasing in relationships, it's kind of like, yeah, doing what the other person wants to do, going out to the places they want to eat at, doing the things that on the weekends, seeing their family or their friends, or going to where they want to where they want to be. And it's not that you even ask or say that you want to have a vote. You don't give them a chance to even entertain the possibilities that you want. You just basically say, "Oh, that's fine. We'll do that. That's great. I'm happy to be with you." And yeah, so you're not really taking a lead or a stand on what you want, and we're basically ignoring our needs. Sometimes we go into the habit of buying things, especially during Christmas time, and buying things we can't afford just to give people what they want, and hopefully they're happy and not having a problem with yeah, getting what they want for Christmas and stuff. Kind of like that's been a problem for a very long time. I think sacrificing time with yourself and or with other friends and family is also part of people pleasing. It's kind of like you want to make this relationship work, and you want to make it so you're make the other person happy. But meanwhile, there's other friends and family that also value your time, or even the time with yourself. Taking time to be with your inner children and doing some non-dominant handwriting, some journaling, basically working on your own recovery, or doing something that you find enjoyable, like a hobby. Yeah, some of those are pushed to the back burner and kind of builds resentment after a while. It's like you kind of, as a people pleaser, you kind of expect the other person to kind of get the hint that, oh, maybe sometimes I would like to be taken care of too, and suddenly you're not. And then when you explode, and then you're angry about it, then they could just turn around and say, "Hey, never knew that you felt that way." It's, yeah. So it's definitely a time to be more balanced with yourself, and just don't do it. It's difficult to think that way, but it's so hard. And I guess the last person we're trying to please is that inner critic. You know, if we always try to please the inner critic and not do the things that make us uncomfortable, we slowly keep shrinking our comfort zone until there's nothing left. And then suddenly we realize that we're not doing any things that we enjoy. We're not seeing new places. We're not seeing new people. We're doing the same old job or old thing, and we're not really doing things for ourselves. Um, so in summary, and this might hurt a little bit, we are being fake people. We're not really being authentic. We're not really expressing our needs or wants or feelings or anything else. So we're basically just trying to be enough for the other person when other people don't want that. They want you to be authentic. They want you to have a voice. They want you to express yourself. At least the people that are worth hanging around. You know, as people pleasers, we abandon what we want, need, our dreams. We are very often disconnected from our true feelings. We're not really in touch with how we feel. And as a result, no one else is. They could read. I guess our body language betrays us. Suddenly, our body language or expression changes, and suddenly we're not being congruent with who we are and what we're saying, and just that's a disconnect. That's what makes us not be trustworthy, or what finds us suspicious, or just something off, because we're not really expressing what our body is trying to express for us. And I guess as people pleasers, we want other people to take care of our inner children, to love and support them the way that we're not doing for ourselves, because we're trying to take the easy way out and people please someone else to get those things from them. It's difficult because it's kind of like automatic. And for me, it's kind of like always smiling, always trying to like be upbeat and stuff, and just yeah, just be inauthentic that way. I get nervous, and then suddenly that need to people please comes up. So anyway, hope you liked the video.